Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about Arcane. So, if you haven't been caught up to the most recent 3 episodes, I suggest that you watch this later. Now that the spoiler warning is out of the way, um, those of you who have watched the most recent 3 episodes, I was sitting back and thinking about how other characters that exist in Piltover and Zon would, be introduced maybe slowly into Arcane, whether it's like just a side reference or be directly involved. But a big one on my mind was Singed, because he has to turn Vander into Warwick, a theory I talked about in my last video. Now, on to Singed, I believe we have already met Singed. This is Singed, the scientist who Victor meets when he's young. Now, at first, I thought, it kind of makes sense with his obsession with keeping the mutation alive. His line was, "The mutation must survive."
The mutation must survive.
And for those of you who don't know, Singed in his story is now on a mission to preserve life. And he's doing a lot of experiments towards that. And if you look at the end of his story, this is what it says. He has already mastered the destruction of flesh, and thus now has turned to the preservation and transformation of it, and perhaps even the possibility that life need not end with inescapable death. Now, the big thing that set this theory in is when Victor understands in the show what the scientist is doing. And it really puts the nail in the coffin with this scene where Victor goes to see him.
I understand now.
Now, before you could say, him being a scientist in Piltover, kind of in the underground part of it, trying to preserve life, yeah, those are all good signs. But this scene, with the green chemicals bubbling in the back, referencing the bubbling effect of his abilities in the game.
On my way.
The wrap around his face, the damage on his face, it's all there. And one of the interesting parts of that being singed is two things. One, how is he going to turn Vander into Warwick? When does that take place? Because Vander is quote unquote dead. But another thing is it seems that Singed is going to be the one to help Victor to get to where he is in game, which is in the big metal suit. We've already seen the Hextech laser arm that Victor will be using that he has in game.
A mechanical arm equipped with a powerful ray of light. Imagine what our artificers could do with such a device.
So it'll be interesting to see how Singed is involved in the process of Victor not only keeping him from dying, but getting him with the Hextech armor and the suit to preserve himself. Now I want to thank all of y'all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. This is just my theory. I think it's pretty obvious. But I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about Arcane and the way that they're going with it. If you really think this is Singed, I think it's pretty obvious. Maybe before the next act comes out, you can share what you think's going to happen, what the interaction between Singed and Victor will be. But yeah, thank you all for watching.